Alright guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, and this is a bit of a redemption video for the Yak-7 M82. I have stripped off the air-to-ground rockets in order to increase its airspeed a little bit more. And underneath the outboard pylons, or the outboard armament for the equipment slot, I ended up putting on aerodynamic pylons, even though I don't have any air-to-ground ordnance, and even though all indications show that that shouldn't give me a boost to my capabilities, I feel like it is, so I don't know. I have been experiencing really good acceleration like here. We'll just let this thing steady out. We go at about 240 normally when we're in our red altitude bracket, but watch this. Boost down, speed, boom, just absolutely dramatic speed increase. And we're at 4,000 feet. That's not the altitude this plane's supposed to be flying at, but it's still doing all right, which means that I can actually intercept heavies and bombers if need be. I'm not necessarily going to be able to stick on them like glue, but if I wanted to, I could put a bit of effort into them and be able to do some pretty good work with the guns that this aircraft has, which are actually pretty good. Because 20s at this tier are pretty powerful. Now what do we got up here? Is that a... oh man, that's way too high. I can't get up there. I'm not gonna bother. But I could go after a PE2 if I wanted to. And that's nice to have. In fact, let's do it now. Go. And now there's a P-38 up here. Our turn performance isn't stellar at lower altitude, but at these altitudes, it's actually going to be pretty on par with the altitude fighters, and we can outturn all the multi-rolls. So we can be like a multi-roll assassin, and we also have the hit points to spare, because this is really good hit point pool for an aircraft at this tier. There we go. There's another multi-roll, Focke-Wulf 190A1. He definitely has speed on me and firepower, but he doesn't have maneuverability on us. And boom, another target down. And we're not stalling out, getting up to 3,600 feet. We're managing to maintain. Granted, we're getting into the yellow numbers and we're kind of floating at one point or another, but as long as we keep using the strengths that the aircraft has, like here's that PE2 is back again. Heavy somewhere nearby I need to be. Look in front of me. We light them on fire? Yeah, we did. And this thing lights everything on fire. I get really good fire chance for some reason, despite the fact that it's only a single 50 cal machine gun. Let's come back up on this PE2, built up a little bit more of that boost. And the slowing down in the climb actually helps keep the guns on target a little bit better. Okay, so there's a lot going on down here apparently. I can't see any of them. Let's go for the easy target first. Well, the low health target's not the easy target by any means. Yeah, we can't turn our back to him now. One down. Two down. Kicking on that maneuverability. Oh, what are you doing here? Is that a human? I think it is. absolutely wreaking havoc on that plane. We do have a Yak-1 on us as well. But if we focus on what we can focus on... Ooh. We managed to pick up the zone, despite the fact that we've got this aircraft chasing us down right now. And we're dragging him out of the zone a little bit. And yes, I died, but we got the zone we were looking for. And we are top of the leaderboard, we've got 3 chevrons, and we're bottom tier. So, running this thing clean, I think, is the answer. And I'm not doing this to say the Yak-7 M82 is a great aircraft, because it is not. It is a little bit disappointing considering that there have been much better holiday gift planes and stuff like that. So, I mean, heck, last year was the introduction of the British Multirole line, so there was a really cool, like, candy cane road to get there, and giving you lots of opportunities to get some cool aircraft all the way through. Granted, not premium for those, but then you get this opportunity to get this aircraft free, and, I mean, it just seemed like it fell flat. But once I took the missiles off, I started to have better luck. And for those of you out there that got this aircraft being like, man, I finally got a premium aircraft, because you might be new to the game or just not investing money into the game, which is absolutely fair. You don't have to. It's free to play for a reason. But I wanted to show you that there is a way for you to be able to make this work a little bit more effectively. So that way you at least get something for your effort, for those of you that did go through the grind to get this thing. And another fire. Squall line, anything we kill stays dead. There's a Yak-7 player-controlled non-M82. And he couldn't see through the smoke. What do we got here? Spitfire. I don't want to get into a turn fight with him, but I will come back around and help my Yak if I can. That spit is totally focused right now, which is perfect. Got him. Alright. There's another Spitfire up here, Daimler-Benz. Or no, it's not a Daimler-Benz, just a... Oh no, it is, it's a Daimler-Benz. Ah, we rammed each other. Ouch. Well, he's gone now. And we still have the bomber flight coming in, so that's good for us. 12,475. Both of the skill fires are gone, and they have an ME-410 and a E-17G. Oh. Good game, guys. So yeah, again, it's not a stellar platform. There's other ones out there that are going to do way better than this thing and be maybe more fun to fly. But if you got a free premium by doing the grind here, and you felt like you wasted your effort, it's not a total waste. I think that there's some redeeming qualities here you might be able to tease out of the airframe. We even were able to get a Lambert medal out of this one as well. Let's go ahead and go to the endgame results, and we'll talk a little bit about what I mean about stripping this thing down and taking the air-to-ground rockets off of the aircraft in order to increase its capability. Alright. So, managed to get 12 kills, 21 critical damage. We lit a lot of fires again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fires this match. So, that's pretty average for with this aircraft. Now, what does this guy have to say? I'm glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it. Okay, so like I said, there's this outboard weapons pylon here. I put on aerodynamic pylons originally just to help out the reduce some of the drag for the missiles, or the rockets rather. But what I discovered though is, take a look at the airspeed. If I mount these, it's going to drop my airspeed down to 236. But I was actually only at around 210 for whatever reason. Not quite sure why that was. And the acceleration just was absolutely terrible. I wasn't able to get up to speed. But as soon as I demount these, we actually get much better performance, and then I feel like the performance is even further beyond what it's indicating here. I'm not sure if that's like some type of glitch in the system or what, but for whatever reason, I feel like keeping the aerodynamic pylons on the aircraft is somehow affecting it, even though the stats aren't representing it. As odd as that sounds. I feel like I'm getting more out of the platform. I'm not sure if it's some weird way how these are meant to interact with the airframe, but it specifically says that it's to reduce the impact of the rockets and bombs on airspeed. Then why do I feel like I'm going even faster, even though I don't have the rockets on and I have these equipped? It's debatable, but point being is, at the very least, strip off the rockets. Then you'll get better climb performance, better airspeed, and it's not going to be able to outrun everything, but it can turn pretty good. A 10-second turn time is a very reasonable turn time for a multi-role. I do have a Lag 334, which is another premium tier 5, that one of those kind of special, unique aircraft that you can pick up. But even with this one hooked up with a lightweight wing frame, you're only looking at a 10.6 turn time, while this aircraft is able to get 10. That's with, of course, aerodynamic expert on here as well. But point being, that turn time, while it's not going to be able to outturn a Zero or a Spitfire, it's enough for it to be able to keep the guns on target longer. And it's also going to be enough to be able to dogfight with like your BF-109s, your Mustangs, or like your I-210s, and MiG-3s. So you'll be able to get in there and tussle a lot more than you think you would. And you do have a lot of survivability. You got a 5 survivability, relatively decent resistance to damage. Resistance to fire, not so much, but you can always roll out of it if you have firefighter skill on whatever pilot you're training up. To give you a little bit of a comparison here, 225 hit points for the lag, but its damage resistance is only 47. So this damage resistance number of 50 is actually pretty good, and it does fairly well for itself. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, I will catch you on the next one.